Schoology Pages can provide a great way to give initial instruction to your students or to give them resources they can reference during a unit of study. I'm going to set up an example page fairly quickly here, but I hope you'll get the idea of ways that you can use a Schoology page to help your students learn the materials they need to learn. So first, I'm just going to go to Add Materials and select Add Page and give it a name. Now, in this area, I will add all of the resources I want my students to have. I might start with some text and then add other resources that will be applicable. So first, I'm going to write a little description of why we are studying works cited resources in MLA format. So I've typed a little introduction to what we're just studying regarding MLA works cited. And now I'm going to embed a video from YouTube that talks about MLA works cited. I like to have all of my resources ready to go before I start adding them to a Schoology page. So I already have my video pulled up, and what I'm going to do is copy its address. Then I'm going to come back to where I'm editing my Schoology page and use the Insert Content button and then select YouTube. Here I'm going to paste in the video that I just found, and I'm going to use it. I don't know why it came up twice, but in my experience, it's the same video. So at the far right, I'm going to click the little gear and click Import as Embed. This way, my students will be able to watch the video without leaving Schoology to go to YouTube. And I'll give a little instruction here. Maybe make it bold so that they can see what they're being asked to do. And notice when the video went in, I don't see it here. I see a yellow box. In a moment, when we save changes, we'll be able to actually see the video on the page. Next, I'm going to provide a presentation that I went over in class. And that's really tiny, so I'm going to use my tools up here to make it a little more usable. Now, I'm going to click Insert Content again, but this time I'm going to go to my Google Drive resource app. And since I've recently been looking at my resources for MLA, it just so happens that the presentation I want to embed is right here at the top. If it wasn't, I could search for it up here in the top right. But since it's already here, I'm going to click Import Embed using the gear at the far right. I'm going to bold these words, and right here are the slides. Now I'm going to add a website resources my students can also look at, and what I will do here is just make a link that will actually take them outside of Schoology. You can see here I've added a little bit of context, and now I'm going to make a link out to the Purdue OWL. Return to Schoology and add the link to my course. I'm going to ask that it open in a new tab so that it doesn't close my students out of Schoology. And then I'll save changes. Sometimes when you make a link, the size shrinks, so I just go back and make it large and bold if that's what I want. So you can see here, using this page, I have included a little introduction, a video, some slides, and an online reference. Now, when I click Save Changes and click on the page, you can see what I've done is created basically a page full of instructional resources right here in my course, and only when my students get to the very end will they actually click something that takes them to another tab to open. I hope this gives you an idea of how you might use pages in Schoology to create instructional resources for your students.